Here's some activities you can do with your puppy after spay and neuter.
This is Bethany, my name is Sparky, and we are here from the Puppy Academy. So the first thing I want to go over is some of the bigger don'ts that you want to do with your puppy, especially after they've been neutered or spayed. 1, do not take long walks. Don't do intense play sessions. Don't let them run around the house, and honestly just keep them as calm as possible for this 1 to 2 week period. And that's another one. For male dogs, for a neuter, it takes about 7 days for recovery. So don't have expectations to go to a training class or go to their daycare the next day. It's gonna take some time for them to heal. And for a female puppy, the spay, it's gonna take about 2 weeks for them to heal.
Now, you could get a different type of cone to make them a bit more comfortable. They've got the donut cones, they've got the soft cones, but some puppies do chew those. So we'll kind of leave that up to you, but I wanted to let you know there are options. Also, I just want to point out that it's really common for puppies to get really frustrated with the cone, okay? And so, especially if you're on harness, we want to make sure that your puppy's on leash all the time, but harness doesn't control the head, so hold the harness, and then also, if it's a larger dog, help hold the cone and navigate them through the house, and that will cut down on the frustration. Also, with some puppies, not all of them, but some of them, you should take the cone off when you're actively working with them, which might only be 10 minutes a couple times a day, but it gives them a break. But we have to say, they have to be on leash. It's only when you're actively working with them, and we're gonna go over some routines that we suggest that you do. Anytime your eyes aren't on your puppy, they've got to be on the cone. And even if they are off of the cone and they keep going after their stitches, then you just have to work them on the cone. It's no big deal, but if you can give them a break, that can be really helpful.
Some really fun ways to promote engagement with your puppy, and especially keeping them away from those itchy stitches, is do a snuffle mat. They can search for the food, it kind of takes their focus away from it. You could do a Kong with peanut butter in it. If they tend to really lick the peanut butter out really quickly, try freezing it. You can even do a NYLA-BONE. Basically what you're trying to trigger is stationary chewing to keep that focus away from the stitches and focus on the object that you've given them.
Everything Sparky just went over is to promote calm mental work for your puppy. And the reason I bring that up is just because there are lots of puzzle toys out there, and we don't suggest that you use any of the ones where maybe you knock something over and they scamper to get the food that shot out, because we really want all the mental work to promote calmness, which is stationary chewing and calm licking. Now let's give you some ideas for some calming routines you can do in the house. First of all, I want to make sure your puppy is on leash all the time. So if they're out of crate or playpen, they're on leash immediately. This is to prevent them jumping up on you or jumping up on furniture, which is one of the main ways that they can mess up their incision and their stitches. So on leash is important, and bringing the food back. So even if you've weaned off of food, you might need to bring that back, because we might need to do heavy control with the food in front of their nose so they don't get too excited and jump and pull all over the place. And I want to make sure that the food is going on their level. So a lot of times little dogs, for instance, will jump up to get the food. We want to make sure that that food is going down to them, because again, that's the main thing. We don't want any jumping up. Now, specifically, we like to do house and place patterning. Now, our house is crate, and then place is just a cot or a dog bed. We use Let's Go, and what you would do is a very slow, controlled routine on leash of house, they walk into house, down, pause, 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 let's go, walk out with them and do a little turn, and they go back into their crate. Same thing with place. Place, down, pause, let's go, little turn, right back onto place. The reason we want to do the same thing over and over again is all those repetitions really mentally challenge your dog. And since your dog can't play fetch or go for long walks, this is one of the best ways to do it, is the same routine for 10 to 15 minutes. If you'd like to learn more about these routines, please check out our online school. Just go to thepuppyacademy.com, where we go over all of that and more. And don't forget to like and subscribe.